And we are live. I feel like I always do a shimmy when we start, but that's all right. Welcome to our brand new show that we love to have. It's called Off the Clock, and it's where we talk about entrepreneur life outside of business hours. And sometimes, we drink a little something, something, and we talk about all the things. Now, this episode today, I mean, it's just going to be a little sister edition because can you tell? Can you tell? Yep. We have matching buns and matching faces because we're sisters. I've known her from a long time. I've known her since birth. So our special guest today is Ginel. Ginel, tell everybody about you. And, you can also tell them how wonderful I am as a sister. You can go ahead.
Hey everyone, I'm Ginel McLarty, Dwayne's sister. You want me to introduce myself?
Yeah, tell everybody something about you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm a web designer. I've been designing websites for about 7+ years now. I do tech support for Shopify, so love all things web and tech. And I also have a platform called My Black Community, which is something that I created and designed myself to inspire and connect Black business owners and professionals. It started as a little project during the pandemic where I just had a WhatsApp group chat with a bunch of Black business owners that I wanted to connect with and just find more people in my space and in tech and that are just business owners. And I have about 200 Black business owners in this group chat. And I kind of want to move them over to a platform and bring together everyone else. You don't have to be from Toronto. You don't have to be a business owner. You can just be a Black professional um, in corporate or wherever. And if you want to come and join us and connect and network, get inspired, you just go on the website, join.myblack.community.
Okay, so we're going to take a pause on the business talk and we're going to talk about some other things for a while and then we'll jump back in. But if you're just joining us, we are streaming on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Make sure you say hi in the comments and, ask us some questions. We'll come back, visit them. But for now, we always start. Are you drinking anything? Cheers. We got a cheers.
I got my big IKEA mug with cran orange. Cheers.
Cheers. Mm. I have my Wine Your Business mug. There you go.
I need to
It's a
upgrade.
nice tumbler. And, speaking of Shopify, you can get it on my Shopify store right there, banner below. Yeah. You know what? The past couple of episodes, we've had some pretty cool guests. Last episode, I was all singing and everything on an episode. We talked about farm crawl instead of bar crawls, where adults win. But this time, you know what? I can tell you what we do in our in our off time. Janelle, what do you like to do to just exhale and unwind?
So I'm definitely a binge. Well, okay, I want to call it a Netflix connoisseur. So I found that when I'm relaxing, because as I said, I'm web designer, I'm on a computer screen most of my time. I want to just lay out, and I find I watch Netflix shows that have those deep monotone voices to like relax me and fall asleep. So is that like ASMR mixed with Netflix binging? So
Whatever
that's
works.
so I like the Mad Men's and just the soap opera tones, you know? I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but
Oh
that's what
no, I think we have the same watch list. We're
mm,
good. So
another
binge
thing.
watching. What else? What else do you like to do?
I
Or wait,
definitely
before you move on to what else you like to do you
mhm.
want to give the good people some recommendations of some really good Netflix series?
Yeah, so the one that we finished, Young, is it Young Fly in African?
Young, famous, and African. Oh,
So
that was
that was amazing. Um, I love House of Cards. I watch it over and over.
yes.
has
And
that
Good Moms. Is it Good Moms? What's that other one called?
the one you were you were watching with me,
Yeah.
Good Girls.
Good Girls. That one is so good. I still have to finish it. So we got some recommendations. So drop it in the comments, some recommendations, because we're always looking for new shows, because we
Mhm.
do both have that in common, that we love to binge watch programs.
I love series. I'm a series person.
Not necessarily movies.
No, because
Okay.
I feel like I have to commit to sitting down for 2 hours versus 30 to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
can't do that.
I get it. So you like to binge watch series. What else do
Mm.
you like to do? I'm asking you these questions like I don't know. Are you outdoorsy or anything like that?
Well, next on my list on the top of my head is I really do like to read now. Like I've been finding that I have a lot more free time. Well, no, I created more free time at the beginning of 2022, and John Grisham is my best friend. So I just ordered a bunch of John Grisham books I haven't read on Amazon, and I think I'm like 40% through all his books, and he has like a lot of books. Yeah, so
Wow.
doing that a
Okay,
little.
I envy you on that, because I have been saying that I need to read more. And I've been saying it for probably a couple of years now. I even went as far as to this past couple of weeks. I reached out to a friend of mine to ask about book clubs, because I figure if there's a commitment, I will read. So there's a couple of book clubs that I'm going to join. I know it's Tanya Time from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She has a book club. So
Mhm.
I checked that out. And there's also another virtual one at Harborfront that I'm going to check out. And I just saw Indigo has this book 2022 reading list challenge. So it's like a big board with squares, and like pick a Black author or pick a book that's set in this country or blah, 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 blah. So I might work on that, even though I have books that I bought that haven't even cracked yet. So I envy
Mhm.
you on that. I need to actually, don't tell Darius. I feel like I need to take half an hour before I go to bed and read.
Yeah, I find like I literally put in my calendar like a half-hour slot randomly to just read. And once I get into the first sentence, I'm into it, even if I didn't feel like reading, you know?
Nice. I'm gonna try to do that. I'll do better. Okay. So reading and binge watching. Hmm.
And a lot like what I'm doing a lot more now, like, yesterday I was at the Raptors game. RIP, they lost. Today I was at the Toronto FC like soccer game. RIP again. But yeah, I like what
Think you
I'm
should stop going to sporting events?
yeah, maybe I'm the bad luck. I don't know. But I had fun.
Okay.
But yeah, like one thing I am finding myself doing more is going to events and enjoying the weather. And I'm actually like scheduling things. So in my Black community, like I'm scheduling events and other people host events as well. Like next week, we're meeting up at a Black owned restaurant. It's called the Diners Corner. So it's on Yonge Street.
Oh, yes. I know that restaurant. I've been there a lot. Wellesley, right? Or no, Gloucester.
No, no,
Gloucester.
it's on Young. It's
Yeah,
on Young.
Young and it's
Oh, I don't know the other intersection. I just
might
know
be
it's right.
Gloucester or something like that. But yeah, Diner's Corner, really good Jamaican food.
Yeah, so we're organizing meetups to just meet with and network and connect with each other. So we're gonna go to Diners Corner next week. Last week we went to an Ethiopian place, and that was really different and pretty cool. But yeah, that's how I'm gonna be spending the rest of my year, just networking a lot and hanging out with people, new people.
That sounds good.
Hmm.
Better than me. I'm still trying to figure out how to get outdoors and not feel afraid.
Oh, we have a virtual co-working session next Tuesday. Just all of us get on a Google Meet and work together
Yeah,
and throw some ideas around if you're kind of, stuck.
that's pretty good, because, that's a good way to meet people but still get work done and share ideas. And it doesn't feel like a networking event. It feels like, you're in a room with a bunch of people and you're just working.
You're working, yeah. So it's, yeah,
Mm,
co-working, but just, yeah, it's Black professionals in the chat, in the room.
okay.
It's cool.
Nice. So you have fun and exciting things planned.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm trying to balance and not just be so honed in on work 95% of my life, which I felt like that's how it was last year. And I said 2022, it has to be balanced. Work, fun, family.
Nice. Nice. I like it. I like it. Let me think. Anything that you want to share? Okay. Because I know, Janelle, what is like, tell us some like fun childhood facts.
I don't know why I thought you were gonna talk about something like travel related because I'm ready, and then you're like fun childhood facts. So I am born in Jamaica, but I left when I was 2 and lived in New York for a little while, and then came to Toronto. I skipped second grade. Like that's a fun childhood fact. I feel like
Didn't
on the
all
track
of
to
us?
teach. Well, I don't think Yvonne did. She didn't skip a
I
grade.
I feel like that's one thing we all have in common.
She didn't skip a grade. She
Really?
was always the same age as everyone in her.
Oh, well,
For me,
it's
I was
just
always
a
I was the young one in all my grades. Yeah.
well. And how, as a kid, I mean, we have different perspectives because when you moved here, you were about what, like 8,
I was
I
9.
think?
9, yeah.
9? How do you remember what it felt like?
Yeah, like I felt looking back, I felt lucky. Like I literally
Really?
rolled into the school and the school only went up to grade 5, so I was in grade 5 and I bumped into a girl who was like the leader of the school. And she's like, "I like you." I'm like, "Okay, I like you too then." And then we just started hanging out, and it's like the best experience ever. Just, rolling in and just being invited to everything and doing everything and being cool. And then it just spilled over to middle school because we all went to the same middle school after. So I had a really, and looking back, as I said, compared to some of my friends who had traumatic experiences changing schools, I I had a really good time.
Wow. I didn't want to move. I'm just saying that.
Oh, I know. I think I remember that because
I
you
was
got
not
accepted
happy.
to like a really good college in the States, and then now you had to like switch everything, right?
Yeah, and like, start a program in the middle of the year and I don't have a problem with starting fresh, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just the timing of it all. I enjoyed living in New York. I love all the friends I have there, and then I'm like, darn it, I have to move.
And
But
harder for you because you were like already you were finished high school, like you established so much. But for me, it was like a clean slate because I was only in grade 5. Like, whoa.
yeah. And you already kind of did everything with all the kids in the elementary school you went to, and you were going to be done anyway,
Yeah, it's like
right?
they missed me more than I missed them because I felt like I was looking forward to something different, and they were like,
Mhm.
"What? You're gone?" Like, I'm like, "I'm gone to better."
Like, deuces.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna miss you. Although
Well,
no, your elementary school was bomb. You guys had a lot of really cool events and stuff. You still had fun.
what, in New York? That's
Yeah,
yeah, it was pretty cool. It was
I
cool.
think so. And I mean, it was across the street. It was like you're at school, and I had to take a bus to a train to go pass
Plain.
through a couple of boroughs, get on a plane, stamp my passport
Mhm. Yeah.
to get from the Bronx all the way to Brooklyn. But it's
Mhm.
okay. You know what? It's made us amazing people
Mhm.
because we've had to experience different cultures.
Mhm.
I've had to learn the Canada way of things. That was kind of tough for me. But I mean, for you, yeah, you kind of just went with the flow. Oh, your favorite thing to eat when you first moved here? I know this.
Does it start with a P
Yes.
and end with a P? In.
Yep.
Yeah, I first discovered a poutine in Toronto, but then when I would go back to the States and go try to order a poutine at Burger King, they're like, a poo who? Because they didn't know what it was, but they had it in Canadian Burger Kings, but not in American Burger Kings. I'm like, you guys are sleeping. Like, that's the best thing ever.
I mean, I would have to write notes for them to be able to leave school. Well, no,
Mhm.
you would leave school and get poutine for you and Dujeuner.
Maybe I'll tell you that, but I would get it for myself.
Damn.
I would literally get myself a junior Whopper combo with a poutine because we didn't have the same lunch. We had different lunch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I was signing a lot of notes, people. Not signing as myself either. We're gonna just say allegedly. Any statute of limitations I need to know about? Those were some good times though. I think, we got over it. We got through it. And then
Yeah.
now, adulthood in Canada. Ugh, how do you navigate all of that? Do you feel like, is there anywhere else you think you would want to live?
I feel like currently, no. Like I don't feel like I feel like living in Toronto, like Ontario, it was a good move coming from New York. I feel like we're in a baby version of New York.
Yeah.
So don't feel anything negative or stressful or straining about it. But if I had to, well, if I wanted to move somewhere, which I would, but it wouldn't be now, I think I'm liking Atlanta, where Dijon is.
Really?
It's very cultured. Yeah. I'm actually gonna go visit in June because I
Okay.
ordered some stuff to her house and I gotta pick it up. And I'm gonna go say hi to her, yeah, and see the culture, yeah.
Wow. No, I would want to move to Europe. I feel like I fell in love with Madrid and I'm like, can I just live there for a while? It's so pretty.
Mhm. They
Yeah.
have discounted flights now. Europe is like highly discounted.
Who is getting on a plane? Who? Not anybody named Wayne. Not happening. Not happening. Okay. Round it all out because, if you're just joining, we're just chatting, catching up. It's the sister edition. We're just talking what we like to do off the clock, outside of business. But we're going to get back into the business talk in a second because we need to know a little bit more, dive deep. It's one of those happy Saturdays. So hopefully you're having a good Saturday because ours have been like crazy busy, but it's okay. All right. Tell everyone, let me think of something. Like something, because we're pretty close family. It's crazy to me when I say something like that because people go, is your family close? I'm like, I don't know what you mean by close because I just know how we are. Like, what's close? What's not close? I don't understand.
I feel like not close is like there's people who don't talk to their sister or brother for a whole year can pass or 6 months can pass.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah,
So they
yeah,
don't have a WhatsApp group, huh?
yeah. That too. Yeah,
No, y'all need a WhatsApp group. That's where all the party happens, though, in
you're
our
welcome.
WhatsApp group.
I'm the one who started the WhatsApp. Remember,
It's just so much easier.
I started one, then I actually lost that phone number or phone, and then I
Yep.
couldn't. Yeah, I had to start a new one because I was the only admin.
You learned your lesson on that one.
Rookie mistake.
So what's some of the fun, crazy stuff that we do? Let's talk about some fun, crazy stuff we do as a family. Like, what's the quirkiest thing where like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is us?
I don't know. I feel like I can't call it crazy, but I can say it's more fun. Like our dinners when we get together, like even Easter. You're there
Mhm.
cooking up the fish, and mommy's in the kitchen cooking up the sides, and I'm in the middle, like pretending to cook. I'm like, let me poke that. It looks done. I don't know what I'm doing,
Yep.
but
Let
yeah,
me taste that while I'm at it.
yeah. yeah, it's like that's fun. I don't think we're on the crazy side. We're more on the fun side.
Yeah, I think fun too. I mean, and we like to dance and sing and just be free, be ridiculous because sometimes you got to let your hair down.
Hmm.
It helps because you need to just, like it's funny because even being around the kids, it's like, I feel like because, oh my gosh, like Jacob, Mr. Personality, because he just does whatever. You just have to go with the flow. You can't, you have to just go with it.
Yeah.
He is your child. But he has Dujanay's personality in my head.
No, I definitely feel like Sharansky, he was like a class clown, like type of person in school when he was younger. And for me, I feel like he has a bit of that plus how I am now with being outspoken. Like I'm definitely like I speak what's on my mind and he does the same thing.
Yes, he does. And, he might hurt your feelings sometimes because he's telling you the truth.
He got in the elevator and this guy was smiling at him, this old man, and Jacob's like, "Why are your teeth so yellow?" to the man. And then I'm like, "Well, they are, so I can't say anything about that."
Oh my.
My mom
Out
is
of
like,
is the kids say the
"Well,
darndest things? Yes.
no," but it's like he was like a smoker, so I'm like, "That's what don't smoke," you know?
Did he answer?
No, he just laughed like nervously, like you know when you're just embarrassed. He's like, "Oh." Oh.
Oh my. Okay. Well, all right, Jacob.
That is funny.
I don't need my feelings hurt. I say this a lot. I'd be like, don't ask Jacob about this because I don't need him to hurt my feelings because he might say no to something.
But he's honest. Like,
He's
ask him,
very honest.
does that look good? Does this taste good? Oh man.
Yes, that part. The food, I know I have him
Mm.
a-okay. We're on the same page with that part. But yeah. Mhm.
Said for his birthday, I'm like, you want pizza, burgers? He's like, yeah, but Auntie Duania has to do the burgers. That was funny. There
Master
goes,
Chef right here.
there goes the frozen burgers on the grill.
No, you got
But
to have all the fixins to go with it. You see, that's what he likes. You got to like get the flavor all right for him. It's okay, Jacob. I have you under control. I have it covered. Okay, we're going to jump into something now
Mhm.
that I like to call, wine your business. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, business related. You just tell me the answer. And yeah. Okay. So if you could start over in your business world, would you do anything differently?
Mm, I want to say, like, you mean in my whole business life in general?
Hmm.
Oh my goodness. I feel like that's a big yes and no because I'm strongly leaning towards a no because I feel like all the things that I made mistakes on were learning lessons and led me to where I am now and I'm happy where I'm with now.
Hmm.
So I feel like the biggest like first um thing I do look back or like I will call it a mistake maybe is in the construction business. Remember back then? Um we had a lot of let's say situations when it comes to like just contracts and making sure things are like solidified properly. I'm like, if we really worked on that better, we would have been like 20 million times further than we were and how we ended it. But I'm looking at it like, did I really want to be in construction for the rest of my life? No. So I'm like, yes, things could have changed, but no, it led me to other things because I don't see myself being in that industry for the long haul.
You just learned what you needed to learn from that moment. It's like, okay, move on.
Yeah. And that's how I look at everything. Like even the top 10 things that come to mind of like, oh, I should have done this instead of that. I look at
Ooh.
it. Oh, that was my calendar. I look at it and I'm like, no, I learned it then, so I don't do it now. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay. Uh, let's see another one. What advice do you have for someone who wants to get into what you're currently doing?
So I'll say I feel like what I'm currently doing is all within the tech space because I'm doing a few things on my calendars. Is it really loud again?
Yes.
Like on the dot, it's like everything I'm supposed to do at like 9 is like the reminder coming up. But yeah, so if you want, can you say the question again? I got distracted. You want
Like,
to
what
ask the
advice
question?
would you have for someone who wants to get into what you're doing now?
Okay, yeah. So if you want to get into the tech space, I would say to research areas within tech that are highly needed. So right now, look at the world, look at how we need cybersecurity. There's so much attacks going on. We need people in the development space because we're in a pandemic and, well, we're at the end, hopefully, of a pandemic. And people are learning that you can't just be a brick and mortar physical anything anymore. You have to have a virtual side or a online aspect to your business. So that's highly needed. Um, I would say do continuous learning when it comes to anything tech, any space you're in. Continuously keep learning and stay up to date. So yeah, boot camps and catch up on your coding, all that stuff. But yeah, my number one tip would be see what is needed, like highly needed in the space, in the tech space, and start from there because it's just booming right now. It's booming.
Two more questions. One, what is the most popular question you get asked by your customers or clients right now?
Huh. Um, I feel like it's very, I want to say seasonal, like, because, okay, let's say you have holidays and Valentine's Day and Christmas and Boxing Day, like all these things. It's like people are highly asking about marketing tips and how do I market and social media and SEO. And they're throwing all these marketing terms around, but in general, it's like, how do I better my online marketing? Like that's the number one question because everyone wants a website, they want it to look amazing, and then after they build it and it looks amazing, they look at nothing, no traffic, no nothing, because you need to market that website and they don't
Yes.
realize it,
They
right?
just feel like people will come because the website's there. They know the address. They know where to find you.
Yeah. So you have to definitely get your business name, your website out there and promote it. And yeah, social media is like the first go to, but there's so many other ways to market your business.
Yeah. Funny enough, we just had a whole PR session in our accelerator group today, just talking about public relations and how it's beneficial to your business and how to navigate that space. And no, it's not the same as marketing. So, yes, we had that whole conversation today.
Hmm.
Okay, last business related question. What can we expect from you in business in the coming months?
Yeah, so right now I'm focusing so much on growing my Black dot community. So I would like to get the people who are in it. So it's free to join, but I want to get it up to like 500 people because right now we have a couple hundred. We're getting to the 200 mark. So I feel like it's gonna be a breeze, hopefully, to get there in the next couple months or few months. I want to host events. I want there to be like daily events, not necessarily that I'm hosting them, but I'm looking for people to help and host their own events. Like as I said, we have our co-working, we have our dinners. We want to do some fitness things, social, and it's getting warmer, right?
Yeah,
We're meeting up at Afrofest. Like it's, yeah, we're doing a lot of things. So that's another thing to expect from me. And mm, yeah, I think that's my focus for the next few months. Growing my
nice,
portfolio.
nice. Okay, so see, we circled back to business. Now we're going to just get off business for the remainder of the thing. I just need to give a shout out, Janelle's secret talent, my hair,
Mm-hmm.
thanks to her, and the hair in the picture, all her as well. See, between both of my sisters, they keep me looking good because I surely don't know how to do hair. Yeah. Do your
I
sisters have skills like mine? No.
I'm like, if we held off on this session for what 48 more hours, we'll be twinning because I'm doing my braids tomorrow. Yeah.
And she does her own hair, and it will look just as good, even better than mine because she's that good. Again, we can hashtag my sister's better than yours. Fine. I'm okay with it. Yeah. Okay. Any parting things? Any anything you want to share with the people? Any advice on what to do in their off time? Keep everybody's mental health in a good space because we need to try to work on being. I know everyone is right now too. Being outdoors is like a big thing. I try to go for walks. Right now, I'm just going on Fridays. I was swarmed by those bugs down by Lakefront on Friday.
Yeah.
Crazy. Like my car was covered. And when I went for a walk, I was just walking like this because I felt like I was just eating bugs.
I think they're called gnats, right?
No, there's a name for that one. I saw it on something today. There's a different name for these ones. I forgot what they call them, but they are like they cover you.
I don't know about
But
that.
if you can get outdoors because the weather is getting nicer. And I feel like, all that vitamin D will kind of help us and make us feel a little bit happier. And even if you're not going in spaces with a lot of people, just to be outside is, it's a good start. And I feel
Yeah.
like when I'm saying this, I'm talking to myself because I need to get outside in order to start
Mhm.
feeling happier because I'm feeling.
Well, you know what helps me? Another thing I started doing, um, like literally maybe a month and a half now, working out. Like I literally would feel so drained after work, but I'll just force myself to the gym, and in the first 5 minutes, I'm pumped. Like those endorphins.
Well, I work out in the mornings. I like working out first thing in the morning. So I do that Monday to Friday, first thing in the morning, and then I'm ready for my day. And in the evening is like, I can go take a stroll. It doesn't have to be a brisk walk like just a
Mm-hmm.
stroll. But yeah, working out does help. And it's also good if, I would love to be able to go work out outside.
Oh, I'm
Because
waiting for the weather to be like I can just throw on a t-shirt and shorts and do a walk around the community or something. I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
I like being bundled up and walking.
Neither do I. I like to be free,
Hmm.
free. So, what are the
You're,
plans for the next couple of weeks? I know there's a Mother's Day plan in the works.
oh yeah, I actually told mommy about
Oh,
it. And she said, yes, I would prefer the Jamaican food, please.
okay. That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah. But I didn't even answer your last question of like any advice or kind of
Yes.
parting words. But I would say in general, I feel like we were talking about this before you hit record on the session. Like I look at balance. Like that's a big thing for your mental health, like everyone's mental health, to have balance in your life. Yeah, if you're focusing on your business, yeah, you have the tendency to want to go like 100% and go crazy and work till 1 a.m. and wake up at 5 and do it all over again. But even Jesus took breaks. Like, you have to take a day of rest, you have to take your moments of rest, and you'll find, like, I found that when I took those moments to rest and that day to rest, it reset me so I work even better and I'm more productive. But if
Yep.
you're working on low energy, high stress, you're not working at your full potential. So I think have balance. Yes, you have work, but you have maybe your family, your kids, you have to have your friends, you have to be healthy. Like all those things in one will make you be way more productive. And I feel like I am a billboard for that. The poster child for like I put my mental health numero uno at all times.
Yes, definitely. That's like my 2022 goals. Good mental health, try to work on that and try to work on working less because I know that I do a lot
Hmm.
and I'm just scheduling a lot of time for myself, just for me. And it so far, I think I'm doing okay.
Yeah,
Let's try to win 2022.
I think it's quality over quantity. Like you could be
Mhm.
working, burning yourself out 50 hours a week, or you could have that quality time for yourself and put in that quality time for your work and end up doing 10, 20 hours of work that is way more beneficial and way more productive than the 40 hours of stress work. You know?
Yep. 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 Amen. Hallelujah. Mic drop. All of that good stuff. You know. Well, this was a good chat. And got to know my sister a little bit. Y'all got to know her. You know. If you are wanting to be a guest on our show, make sure you click the link in the description and make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment, a question. We like those. And share the video with your people because we all need to try to figure out ways that we can incorporate these off the clock methods in our lives. And we have 2 other episodes that's behind us, and they're really good. You want to go check those out so that you can get some tips too. Because, I mean, one person during the pandemic learned how to ride a motorcycle.
Ooh. Oh wow.
Yeah, Brooke learned
Mm,
how to ride a motorcycle during the pandemic, got her motorcycle license. She's like, she likes it. Another
mhm,
person, again, started going to farms. She was farm hopping with her child as opposed to bar hopping pre child. So
mm.
these are the things people are doing. I can't say I'll farm hop, but hey, interesting. Get to learn what people do. But thank you, Janelle, for being my special guest.
Thanks, Twania, for having me.
And everyone, we're going to check y'all out next week. Yeah, we'll come on next week. I'll tell you who the guest is. Bye.